Let me turn this speed up. Hold on 1 second. YT, let's wake them up, because I just woke up.
Americans can't afford a basic living in 2025. The cost of living is outrageous. People are really at their breaking point. Family, you already know what to do. And if you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe. And ring the post notification bell as well. All right, let's get into it.
All right, you know what's really starting to piss me off? These damn landlords in 2025. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, studio apartment. $1,800.
I'm about to say 19.
$1,800. 2 bedroom, 1 bath rent house. $2,200. What? What the hell you selling over there? A damn mansion underneath that thing? God bless. I mean, I get trying to get all your money out of it, but damn, Susan. What the hell? We can't afford this shit no more. We can't afford it.
In the year 2025, Gen Z, the average, I'm talking about like 20 to 25 years old, the average income is only $3,000. Average. I don't know about y'all, average. To get a house, I'm talking about if y'all like want to get a house to like own it in the future, or right now to like pay for it off like in the future, it's like $2,100 a month. You're only getting $3,000 a month, and your house is $2,100 a month, like $1,900 plus all the bills and utilities, whatever. What are you spending the rest of your money on? Because you still got to have a car to go to work. You still have to work. You still have to put gas in your car. You still got to eat. You still got insurance. They say all of that costs $3,000. You don't even have food to even do half of the shit that you have to do to get the money. So unless people just out here making a band $1,000, really not even that. If you're not making like $1,200 to $1,500 a week, you can't even live a little bit comfortably. And you're saying, oh, this a house. What if you got an apartment? I mean, shit, the apartment's damn near the same price. Fuck.
You guys remember when you were kids and you're like, man, like $1,000 is so much money, but you don't have $1,000. I remember I was like a tiny kid. I'm a millennial, so like let's call it like 1999, 2000. Like your parents don't have $1,000. That's too much money. That's a lot of money. And then once you get to like middle, high school, like the teacher's telling you, if you make $40,000 to $60,000, you're gonna be doing really good. And it's like, man, okay, 60,000, 60,000. You go to college and you know it's like, hey, you're a STEM major. The first, like, hey, your first year out, you should be in that 60,000 range. So somehow adults making under 80,000 now can't live comfortably in any state. How did this change so quickly? We went from 60, 70,000.
And before we even go there, what did he say? What did he say there?
House. What if you got an apartment? I mean, shit, the apartment's damn near the same price. Fuck.
You guys remember when you were kids and you're like, man,
Whatever.
$1,000 is so much money, but you don't have $1,000. I remember I was like a tiny kid. I'm a millennial, so like let's call it like 1999, 2000. Like your parents don't have $1,000. That's too much money. That's a lot of money. And then once you get to like middle, high school, like the teacher's telling you, if you make $40,000 to $60,000, you're gonna be doing really good. And it's like, man, okay, 60,000, 60,000. You go to college and it's like, hey, you're a STEM major. The first, like, hey, your first year out, you should be in that 60,000 range. So somehow adults making under 80,000 now can't live comfortably in any state.
Which is absolutely crazy, mind blowing. Because listen, when I was little, this is what I always used to be. I would go outside and sit, look at the stars, and think, what am I going to do when I grow up? Like 4 or 5 times. Summer nights, I'd be outside by myself. 1, 2 in the morning, just looking up at the stars, the moon, and all that, wondering, what am I going to do when I get older? How am I going to make? And the goal was always like, damn, you can make 65 to 80. I could buy this. I could have that. Because I was born 1992. So I was always on the numbers. Like, what do I want to be? Got to guarantee that I'm not going to be broke when I get older. I'm going to have what I need. And I used to do this every day. Just felt like, that's why right now I got so much bags. I do so much stuff because I'm like, I'm not going broke no matter what. If somebody need this, like from real estate to photography to editing to, hell, moving, grass cutting, window tinting, I don't care. I'll do it because I know how to do it. Like, and that's where you got to do. They always say, oh, a jack of all trades and a master of none. But more of the time, I always forget the quote, but a jack of all trades, master of none. But most of the time, better than just being you're better than the dude who just mastered one thing by being a jack of all trades. So yeah, I'm definitely a jack of all trades, and I enjoy being a jack of all trades. I'm sorry I got this dirty shirt on, but yeah, I enjoy being a jack of all trades, but that's what I used to do. And now you talk about you making 70, 80, and it ain't nothing. That's why I'm advocating for people and telling them you need to find a partner, even if it's your homeboy, yo. Hey, Let's go through this thing together, bro. Let's get a 1 bedroom. Ain't gonna be no living room. I got where the living room supposed to be, that's mine. You got the bedroom. You can pay a little more for that. We split and stuff. Like, so every time I see a 1 bedroom, 1900, no, that's $900 because you should be sharing that. Hell, in this economy, if I was moving to Atlanta by myself and it's like 1800, hell, I tell somebody, bro, let's just split a room, bro. Like dorm room people. Like, let's just, hey, if that's what we got to do, bro, you over there, I'm over here. Let's just set up one of those little things where I can't see what you do. You can't see what I do. I'm working these hours and you got it. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, you got to do what you got to do. Ain't all this living. How can some of these Mexican families be 8-9 deep in a 2 bedroom? Saving their money, investing their money. They got a taxi service constantly going. One comes in to sleep, the other one takes the car out and goes drive and makes the money. Like, it's crazy how they are getting it in versus how we getting it in the American mindset. At 18, you're out. No, stay with your parents as long as you can. Follow their rules as long as you can. Stack your money as long as you can. Don't buy the Gucci. Don't buy all this expensive stuff you really don't need. I don't know why y'all do that anyway. You don't need it. Like, y'all are doing nothing but making these other people more rich. And then black folks, the dollar don't even stay in the community that long. And opposed to other races and other cultures. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm only been seeing black people, that was a white guy, but
How did this change so quickly? We went from, 60, 70,000 being like, dang, that's a good job. Like pretty much anywhere. I remember as a kid in Los Angeles, my dad making $60-something thousand a year. We owned a home. We had 2 cars that we leased every single year. And we went out to eat every Friday. And when we went out with groups, my dad would foot the bill. Now, $80,000, you're basically broke. That means like, it says can't live comfortably. I guarantee that number is based on living in an apartment, not having a family, not having a house. Because I know, at least for right now in the Bay Area, in some areas, if you make under like 110 a year, you're considered in the poverty line. So you basically could afford to have food stamps. Tell me this isn't insane.
Forget 1,000. I remember when I was a kid, 100 was a lot.
Yep.
If I had $200, I thought I was rich. I didn't even have 1,000 as a kid. The most I got to as a teenager, I'm talking about 14, 15, 16 years old, was $1,000. Then I would fall back down and have less than that. But I feel like I was rich with a band. I made it. In 2025, $100 is like the new 10. It goes so fast. You spend 100 every time you leave a house. Actually, more than that. Pennies are about to be removed from circulation. You know it's bad. It costs more to make a penny than the value of the penny. You can't get nothing with it. If you Gen X, you probably remember the penny candy store. Most of them probably shut down in your local neighborhood. I just went on the website though. Ain't nothing a penny. But they do got candy on there for 35 to 50 cents, which is a crazy increase.
Gen Z, crash out dialogue time. A house costs $1 million. Rent costs $3,000 a month. Gasoline is $10. A taco is $7. I can't afford rent.
So let me get this straight. We can't afford rent because rent prices are increasing so much to push us out to buy homes. But the interest rate is so high, you can't buy a home. And also you're not going to get funded for a home because of your debt to income ratio. So then what? And then homelessness or houselessness is becoming criminalized. So then what? I don't understand. To be honest,
I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's time to we gonna have to rebel. We gonna have to put them boots on the ground, organize and say like, hey, until the government, y'all gotta save us. Y'all can't send money to foreign aid. Y'all can't keep doing this. We're struggling here at this point. Put that money back into us some way, somehow. Pay for the down payments because you can't have you cannot have a bunch of Americans homeless and can't afford to pay rent, eat food when they got kids and it's gonna get real nasty. It's gonna be a civil war. Everybody, people gonna start taking shit. Once all these job cuts, AI's coming, then inflation still. Hopefully the tariffs will reverse some of this. But you got all this going on and you think we just finna be nice about it? No. They almost did a civil war when they tried to tax them 2% of their money, 3-4 back in the day. We have lost. Our balls are gone. What are we doing as Americans? We should be out here like, no. Like, yeah, everybody got to pay rent. Don't nobody pay rent. I don't give a damn. Ain't nobody. And you ain't got enough police to evict everybody. And if you evict us out, we'll break back in. You take us to jail, we'll flood them. We'll break. Like, we not going, dog. Until we actually put our foots down and really be like, yo, we're not taking this no more. And it got to be everybody. Can't just be, because it is. You talking about how in 2018, 2019 to 2025 in 7 years, things have gotten so bad to where everybody's homeless, jobless, miserable, and not like, it's crazy to me. And then you're seeing all these Gen Z. I mean, look at the young black folks, the YNs. Like these motherfuckers done spawned out of nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? Like we got y'all's mind's not even right. Then Gen Z is saying we don't want to work a 9 to 5 because it's too hard. I don't have time to chill with my friends and travel. It's all over the board. The government slashing jobs. These people been in there doing nothing, trying to work from home, getting paid a hefty salary to do nothing. Now they've lost their jobs. They're going to get fed up. At least they got some assets, but the problem is fight back and fight hard, bro. Step. Y'all trying to say, hey, we gotta do it legally. It ain't no legally. It ain't no fucking legally. No, we gotta do, we're in a state of survival. We ain't living, we surviving. You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna have to take control of that. We gonna have to put our foot down and say what we gotta say, do what we gotta do. That's what it's gonna come down to. If y'all still wanna buy your seafood boils and all that stuff and do this, they're like, yo, y'all gonna be in trouble. If y'all don't stop saying no more fast food, I'm cooking. No more fast food, I'm cooking. Make sure you in that gym and eating right and being healthy so that way you don't gotta go to the doctor. That's another cheat code you're gonna be able to do. But yeah, y'all gonna have to start like, yo, at a point it's gonna come down to survival, and people gonna be like, I gotta survive. I gotta do what I gotta do.
Honestly, I really like the idea of building a commune, aside from like the culty aspect of it, but essentially buying land, driving vans, building a tiny houses on it, and everyone shares.
Hey everybody, my name is Tyler.
That's the answer.
Because of out of control inflation that we're having in our country right now, and rent prices being over $1,500.
And that's what I was about to say. Live in your cars, dog. I'm telling you, that's gonna be the new thing, man. Whoever can figure out a way to make this efficient, whether everybody gonna be driving vans with a bedroom in there, a little place with a little mobile heating thing. You could turn on the stove and do that, and then you go find somewhere to take a pit. Like, yo, that's gonna be the new future.
A month. I have been outpriced at the rental market, and I live here in my car full time, and I wanted to give you a brief tour. So starting with the bed here, it is a 3-inch memory foam mattress topper. Super comfortable. I have about 4 layers of blankets, which keeps me warm, especially right now we've got 20-degree weather at night, so it's pretty cold. Moving over here, I have my cooler. I've had a few people tell me I'm not supposed to have this cooler because I live in my car, but it actually was a birthday gift last year for my 30th birthday, and I just can't part with it. I absolutely love it. Keeps all my food cold and fresh for days. I absolutely just adore this cooler, so I'm not going to get rid of it. And in the back there, you can see I have 2 really comfortable pillows.
Do you realize that it costs money to exist anywhere in the United States? Like, there's almost nowhere you can just exist. You got to pay money. It's either you're renting or you're paying for a mortgage. If you're going to go anywhere, it's usually you have to drive or take public transportation. That costs money while you're on the way to the place you're going to go, which you're going to spend money at that place. Usually it's going to be a grocery store, it's going to be a gas station, or you're going to work, trying to make money so you can spend the money. But like living in an RV or a van in the United States more massively opens up your eyes to the fact that you can't just exist anywhere without paying for it. Like, I'm in a public park right now. Thank God for those, because otherwise it would just be parking lots. And I've even been eyeballed in parking lots just sitting there, like, we're asked to move, like, because you're not going in and patronizing. So you can only be in that parking lot as long as you're going to be spending money on the businesses that are there. Okay, well, I can stay in this park during the day. I cannot stay overnight. I will have to go somewhere. That would be a campground, which I hate. I don't do campgrounds. I know there's other ways. I know there's Walmart, there's Cracker Barrel, there's Hip Camp that's still paying, there's Boondockers Welcome, you're still essentially paying.
Yeah, so rent is just getting really, really difficult to afford here in the U.S. People are having obviously a really hard time with finding a home, purchasing a home even, and, just even renting a place. One thing I've seen a lot of people say that they're not willing to live with other people, to have roommates, or to, necessarily even live with family. And I think that's something that a lot of people, it might be very helpful to explore. And it doesn't have to be permanent if you don't want it to be that way, but temporarily it can be extremely helpful and beneficial to each other, because whoever's home that you are living in, if you pay a small amount of rent to them, then that's going to be, mutually beneficial.
150K is middle class now.
And you know what's funny is the people, they'll be in a messed up position. And you try to help them out, let them move in your house, and they don't even want to follow your rules. They messy, they dirty, they loud, they come in late, they don't, take advantage, give them an inch, take them out. Then it's going to be hard to kick them out. Because most of the time it'd be family. They'd be like, you going to do family? And it get messy, and then guess what? They never talk again.
So you got to be making $250,000 per year just to be all right, just to afford a basic life. I think that's a fair number, $250,000. Back when I was young, $250,000, I thought you was rich. If somebody made $250,000, they could provide for their whole household, their kids, and anytime somebody called them, they had money to give. Shoot, even off $100K, but not no more. This video is from last month, June 10th, 2025. Americans are opening up about their struggles to afford basic needs. But let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it.
In a recent CBS News poll, 2 out of 3 Americans told us they're stressed about their own finances. 3 out of 4 said their incomes are not keeping up with inflation. That's a lot of people struggling to make ends meet. And starting tonight in our series, The Cost of Living, you'll hear some of their stories in their own words. First, a single mother of 3, ages 1, 4, and 8, trying to make ends meet on a teacher's salary of $37,000.
Sweet, we're ready to rock. My name is Michelle Boisjoli. I am 37 years old. I am a teacher in St. Louis County, Minnesota. Since the price of eggs, bacon has gone up, we've done a lot more cereal. Eat it with your spoon. You gotta stay safe in the car, right? I've had to take on a second job just because everything has gotten so expensive. Hi, baby girl. I've been a teacher since about 2008. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. It's definitely not something that people go into for the money. They go into it because they love it, which is why so many of us do have to work 2 jobs.
I feel like other countries is just laughing, like, ha ha ha, finally, y'all feeling it. America, y'all finally feeling it. I'm proud of, like, thank God y'all are finally feeling like what it's like living over here with this poverty type stuff. Because we have been privileged over here. You know, the way we can talk and move and carry guns and do this and do that, but it's gonna get ugly.
Jobs to make ends.
And I think that might be what they want. They want us to get to that state where we like, all right, we stealing everything, we robbing it, we doing it, because then they can enforce martial law and then possibly like, all right, y'all can't own guns. Y'all can't have free, like, you know what I mean? Try to take our rights.
That takes multiple incomes to survive in this economy.
Yes.
I just left work and now I am gonna go door dashing for a couple hours. It looks like our first delivery. We have to go to Burger King. Thank you. So this first one is $4.50 guaranteed, and then sometimes we get tips.
That's a lot of people struggling. 3 out of 4 can't even afford the basics. They have to turn to gig work. Like,
Yeah, gig work. It's amazing. I can't even tell you the amount of times I've got delivery or DoorDash, and it's dude possibly in his 50s, 60s. You know, older women like, oh, thank you. So I feel like I feel like, you know what, I can tip them, give them a little bit more. You know, I might go back in and be like, add $2 more on there. You know,
DoorDash. The sad part about this, DoorDash is testing out drone deliveries as well as Amazon. That's a lot of jobs and additional income that's coming into people's households that will no longer be there.
That's gonna be
once
tragic.
That's rolled out throughout all 50 states. You see, when drone deliveries are in, they're not going to need people. And what are these people going to do that are dependent on DoorDash and Instacart, Grubhub, these food delivery applications?
I always grew up thinking about the stereotypical American dream where you own a house and you have a yard to play in. And I think that dream is dying. I try to make every dollar count. A lot of the time, I'll just wait to feed myself until the end and then just eat whatever leftovers the kids have.
and it's gonna be real important, man. Let me tell you this. It's gonna be what happened there? Yeah, it's gonna be extremely important to make sure you are in a city. You are in a city that is going to complement, you know, your lifestyle to where, you know, things that might, you know, I don't know, like you don't have to spend too much money over here, and the places that you can work, you know, are close by. Because if you were out in the sticks and the food, you know, it's food deserts going on, and you got to go further to get your, like, listen, you're going to have to migrate. These broke cities where the older people, it's majority older people, and they dying off and all that, like, yo, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna get bad, bro. You gotta set yourself up for success and be in a position, in a place where there's opportunity, where it might be a lot of people. That's why I be seeing these folks now. I'm starting to understand these people sitting at the light with their hands out, like, yo, I'm bumming, I ain't got it, I need help. I'm like, damn, dog, it's crazy, because we in that position too. Just because we in cars and we got this going on, all that, hell, we need to keep our money now. We can't give the homeless bums $2, $3 so they can go get their drink on and all that. Like, bro, y'all got to figure it out too. I'm starting to get cold on them. Like, hey, if y'all can sit out here and stand and put your sad face on, walk up and down it, you could dress up as a cow for Chick-fil-A and do the same thing and get paid for it. Like, knock it off.
Real parent.
Put your cute little bib on. A lot of the people making the decisions for us are
Own words.
My name is Anthony Barlini. I'm a police officer in Waterbury, Connecticut. I'm 29 years old. I've been a police officer about a year. Let's go. But every day is a struggle for me too. If I still have to worry about my next paycheck, where my next meal is coming from, I'm just like anybody else out there. Good morning, it's Officer Bartolini. I'm patrolling streets because you want to make sure that if you see something, you can do something about it. So I've been looking at houses pretty much every day. I wanted to buy one for a few years. To put 20% down on our house, that's a lot of money. Even I can't do it working double shifts. In today's economy, even if I got a second job, I wouldn't be able to afford it.
How was your day?
Good. My wife Sarah and I were waiting for our daughter to get off the bus. We'll eat something real fast, then we'll go look at a couple homes.
Oh, there's a bone in here? There is, yes.
There's a bone, yep. We've been having trouble finding
It's
the
a
right
lot
home,
of chickens,
'cause
the
the bigger the
three
house
of
you
y'all.
want, the more expensive it gets. And we need the room for the family, the dogs. They need a yard to run around in.
Turn right on George Street.
I like the neighborhood. Seems quiet. There she is.
Hello, come on in. We have 3 bedrooms on this level, 2 full bath.
It's a very nice house.
What price point are we looking at?
Probably around 300 to 325.
There has been a low supply, but there's still a demand. It's a very competitive market. So
Oh, my bad.
it checked all the boxes, but too bad somebody put an offer in before we got here.
Oh, if it falls through, we'll come back and revisit it.
I love you.
You do get defeated knowing that homes are so expensive after looking today. I hope people in power, they change
I ain't looking at a home for $300K, man. I don't feel bad for y'all.
the
Knock it
price
off.
of things.
My name is Olivia Marino Carlson. I'm 70 years old. I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I cannot afford to retire. I live off of Social Security, which does not pay all my bills. That's why I'm looking for work. My husband was a mechanic.
Could you imagine being 70 and you still looking for work? That's crazy. That's why I be telling folks, man, y'all worried about the wrong stuff. I'm to the point. I'm sell everything. I'm saving money on everything, dog. I don't care. I go to work because I still serve like 2 days out the week, man. Just cause I'm like, why not? It's the way we make money here. Buyouts, literally. We just had a buyout from Nike, man. We walked out with for 4 hours. Walked out with $450. I'm like, come on, it's $100 an hour. Who's not doing that? Literally Nike buyout. We be having buyouts. I'm at the place like that where it's like it's a very unique. I don't even know if I can call myself just a server, right? Like it's so unique, and the opportunity to make money there versus the work we got to put in is just incredible, dog. But even me, I'm selling everything. I don't want I get off work, I might be at work writing an appraisal, might be at work, whoever I meet. Hey, real estate agent here, home appraiser here. Hey, you might need pictures, hit me up. You need it, let me know. You know what I mean? You want to hop on a podcast? I'm constantly in every area. You see a jack of all trades, master of none. I'm cool with not being a master of none because I'd rather be a master in all of them. With enough time, you can become a master in a lot of different things. So, but yo, I'm telling y'all better be saving y'all's bread. All these little parties, y'all going on vacations with credit card, forget all that, dog. I'm thinking about the long run, dog. I'm not gonna be broke. I know niggas back home that still do not have a car, do not have a place to stay. And I'll be like, I don't see how y'all gonna get out of this situation, dog. I don't understand how. I feel like y'all, that's it for y'all, you know. And I try to even tell some of my family, man, y'all got to start saving your money. Why are you paying this much for a car when you got 2 other cars? Why are y'all still playing this dumb game? These cars have no value. You live in a small space, gets you from A to B, B to A back home. You don't need all these cars for what? Who are you trying to impress here? What's really impressive is you being able to not have to work and sit back and chill and keep your money in your bank account. That's impressive. And not have the urge to please other people or put on for. That's impressive. When you can get out of the rat race, be like, no, I'm paying off my debt, my car's paid, my house is paid, and I don't have no car pay. I'm sitting, I'm chilling, I'm stacking. That's impressive.
He developed MS. I took care of him until he passed away.
She got to look for work in her 70s.
Telling you.
Can barely walk. Look at her. She could barely walk, but she got to try to find work because she can't afford life. Our generation will not get to retire. And those that did retire have to go back to work. They have to work until they DIE. This is sad. She's in her 70s, man.
I was working retail, lifting boxes. It was very hard. I'm going to the library to use the internet to look for work.
Baby, it's over with. Knock it off. I'm gonna tell you that. Shout out YT, but knock it off. That's dead. That ain't nobody hiring no 70. I mean, maybe. You know, but that's where networking and resources, I don't know what else you could do, man. That's terrible, man. That's terrible to be 70 and be like, I gotta go to look for you think she got a resume? You think she understand how to work all this, man? Come on, man. It's just sad, bro. But be trying to tell people, man, get y'all's minds together, man. Get your affairs in order, dog. Save y'all's money. Don't be out here just blowing it because it's scarce out here. Especially if you struggling already and y'all be talking about going out to eat and doing this and doing, man, listen, I'm finna change everything. Even starting today, I'm committing. I'm about to go through everything and see, because I got my debt board over here that I got to get through, because I done had some tough times like 2020 and all that when I was interning for a year, not getting paid, working 12, 16-hour shifts. Did that for a year to try to chase my dream, and I'm glad I did it. I learned a lot, but never again. You feel me? So what is that? Cheer? You cannot cheer in your own channel. Okay, well, why the fuck would it be an option? Stupid. But yeah, y'all let me know. That's we reacted about 3-4 things. I'm gonna chop these up, put these on Ruffle Feathers TV, and I am gonna increase the graphics and all that stuff. So shout out Karen Diaz for letting me know how to do all that. I'm gonna do all that, and you know, we're gonna take this thing up there. We're gonna get, like I said, we're gonna get more consistent, more videos gonna pop out. Everything is up for grabs, dog. I'm coming for everything and everybody, dog. So yeah, Ruffle Feathers TV. Thank y'all for being here. I'm out. Hold on, what's going on, man?